Welcome everybody to another edition of the Team Espana show. Hey, Team Espana show. Hey, Team Espana show. Hey, Team Espana show. Hey, I'm host B. I'm hobo sexy. I'm the buffet prince. I'm the guru of gynophilia. And tonight, my last name is Loving Me. That's right, folks. Host B loving me. And my co-host is always.
Yo, it's your boy, Jose, a.k.a. Jose Bank, because I'm big bucks. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. A.k.a. Chico, the maddest that shatters the wackest. And shout-outs to all the people out there fighting a good fight, all the people fighting out there for Black Lives Matter, all the people who are speaking out. Shout-outs to y'all. That being said, what's good, Host B? What's going on, fam?
You're my man. Happy belated, not a Father's Day to you and me. We have not spread our seed yet that we know of, but happy Father's Day was this past Sunday to our fathers out there. We know a lot of great men who are doing the thing, who are taking care of their children, who are being responsible adults and doing the godly thing. My man, being dads, being fathers. Happy Father's Day out to everyone out there.
That's right. But also, with that being said, you know what? This has nothing to do with 4th of July, but you know what's been bothering me, Hosby?
Oh, I feel like this is gonna be a sound.
I don't know if you heard as you were, talking or whatever. But lately, there's been people who have been blowing up fireworks every fucking night. Every night, bro. For like the past week. Like, what is going on? Can somebody explain that to me? Because I, for one, just be trying to chill, trying to have a good time, lay down, go to sleep. And it's like, I feel like...
I heard it.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah. Can someone explain this to me?
Well, my man, growing up in the ghetto, I'll explain to you as best as I can. No, but on the real, folks, people out there, it's fireworks season. You know what I mean? Like Christmas holidays, the shopping season. For whatever reason, people in the summer do crazy things and set things on fire. As long as it's just fireworks and not cars, not property, and not people, I think it's cool, man. I think it's cool.
You know when it's not cool?
What?
Like I was saying before, when I'm laying trying to chill, about to call it a night, and I said like they're watching me, because I feel like the minute I close my eyes, or here's ra-ta-ta, it's like, oh my gosh, every time, bro. Then they won't do it again, and then they'll stop. Another hour and a half go by. I'm ready for Betty by Tom, boy. And then what happens? Ra-ta-ta, every time. Every time.
Well, it's funny that you're talking about fireworks, because last week you were dead set on the world ending this past weekend on the new Mayan calendar.
Oh, so we just gonna act like it couldn't have been a possibility then.
My man, we still here. We still got our 60 plus subscribers. I think it's 69. 69.
I said we would be here next week if we were alive next week. I ain't say that we wouldn't be here next week. I said there was a possibility. Now let me tell you, when the Mayan calendar said that it was gonna be the end of the world on June 21st, 2020, I ain't gonna lie. I part of me was a little anxious, thinking like, man, anytime it could happen now. Imagine if it happens now. Yo, what if they're not wrong? Like, it's, I don't know, just a piece of my mind low-key believed it. I'll be honest.
We're still here, bro. We're still here. And you know what? I'm glad I'm still here. I got a lot of things to do, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of bumping feeds to take, a lot of comebacks to give, a lot of people to wrestle, a lot of moments to cherish.
Because wrestling is coming back.
Wrestling is coming back, man. Some of the schools are starting to open up. Everyone's being a little trepidatious, being safe. And I appreciate that, as we all do, because COVID-19 is real, man. It's not like the Mayan calendar. It's real. Yeah, I said it.
It's fucked up. But no, you speaking about schools open up and changing for the better. One of the things that we can't we can't avoid addressing is the speaking out movement. I mean, it's something that is taking over the wrestling world, and it's definitely making a change for the better. I mean, like seeing some of the stories, being someone who like in a school where like some of that stuff was happening, we were so dead set on like building like the ring and everything. It's like, holy shit, this is what like was happening, you know?
Yeah, it was very it's powerful, man. You know what I mean? That we now live in a world where creeps are getting called out. And as like crazy as that is, that like it should have been this way the whole time. Nah, man, like in a wrestling school, when you're learning how to wrestle and you're training, you don't know anything.
Yeah.
You think that culture is normal. You think that toxic pressure is normal. And it's sad. I feel ashamed that when I was there, I didn't like speak up more on whatever rumors that I may have heard or may not have heard. You know what I mean? I'm ashamed that I didn't actually go out of my way and look out for this stuff, because it's a real thing.
Yeah. Like
And,
sometimes you just get so caught up with like the wrestling like aspect of wrestling, I feel like, that you don't like see the broader like world around you, if that makes sense. Because we like, and I'm not speaking for you, but again, my whole thing were like on, for example, for like a show day was like, fuck, we got to build the ring. And I knew I was the person who had to be there. I need Javi with me because I'm the person who knows how to build the ring, but I don't know how to speak out. So I need Javi to speak out for me, tell everybody else what to do. Then we got to worry about chairs and so on and so forth. I can do this for days. I know how to build things really well in wrestling. Call me sometime.
But yeah, man, you were for a number of years. You were the ring guy, and I would just go behind your shoulder, go behind your ear, and just be like, "Yo, what do you need right now?" And you would go X, Y, Z, and I turn around and be like, "Listen, motherfuckers, we're gonna get X, Y, and Z done. This is what we need to do."
So it's just like, it's the same, like, and I appreciate everybody like speaking out and like, yo, the people who are fucking up, get the fuck, like, we gotta get them out of here. That's it.
Yeah, man. I think it was, I don't know if it was you who tweeted it. Somebody tweeted it. I can't remember. That was like, there's a lot of people that are thinking about leaving wrestling. And if you're one of the good ones, don't, because the wrestling business needs you now more than ever. And those words are 100% true, where it's like, we need more people who are not creeps. You know what I mean? And not bullies. This isn't the 70s and 80s anymore. Where you could just like almost kill somebody and then think nothing's gonna happen. Like, we don't live in that world no more. Whether you're no matter what your gender is, no matter what your ethnicity or culture is, no matter where you come from, it's an equal playing field, man. It really is. And the hashtag speaking out, like hashtag Black Lives Matter. It's a place where people can go and go, holy shit. It's a safe space, to share your stories and to tell people this is what happened to me. And I don't want it to happen to anybody else. And there's a lot of people who were put on pedestals that reality and karma came knocking on their door this past week. And you know what? To those people, go fuck yourselves, man. From the bottom of my heart, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, I wish I could be more eloquent, be more, of a word.
Nah, fuck that, bro.
Like,
nah, fuck that.
Go fuck yourself. That's
we
the
hooligans.
Best that sums it up.
Say how you feel. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. There we go. I got you, bro.
Like, yeah, man. Like, wrestling is supposed to be fun. You know what I mean? Whether you grew up a wrestling fan or you discovered it later on in life, like when you go through the door of any wrestling school in the United States, it should be hard work and it should be fun. Because that's what it is. That's what wrestling's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Entertainment, athleticism, all boiled into this stew that is professional wrestling. And you have people out there who are treating it like it's a brothel. You know what I mean? Treating it as if it's like, well, who am I going to prey on this week or this month?
Yeah.
It's disgusting, man. It's fucking disgusting.
Nah, it's terrible, bro. Like, fuck, man. And I feel like we know, like, knowing the people personally and like knowing there was no way you could help them or feeling like you let them down, really. Like, that's the worst part really, of it. Like, fuck.
Well, I was talking to my wife about this. It's just like, there are certain environments that you're in that you don't realize are toxic, and you're a part of the culture, right? That the culture has made you toxic, has made you negative, that you only focus on yourself. Because if you try to do anything outside of that, you get ridiculed, you get belittled, you get made fun of, and people just start acting like dictators and try to run your life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's bullying. It's you're not important. I'm important. You're not important. You're less than. It's like, listen, man, nobody here has a television contract. Nobody here is making commas. We're all on the same playing field. Just because you got more experience than another person doesn't make you better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So shout out to the people. I know you're the shout out guy, and I'm not trying to step on your toes, but shout out to the people, the ladies, the gentlemen that have been on Twitter and elsewhere, just telling their story and being brave enough to be like, you don't know what's gonna come after you hit tweet, after you hit send. You can get ridiculed, you can get belittled. No one could believe you. Just the anxiety of telling your story is something that is tremendously powerful to overcome. And you know, I tip my hat out to those people who were brave enough to go, hey, this is what happened to me, and it's bullshit, and I hope it never happens again.
Word. Damn it, you nailed that nail in the head with the hammer really hard.
I fucked up that
you got me all flustered. You got me all types of flustered right now. Yo, that was so real, and like I'm ready to go like punch somebody in their face. Let's fucking do this type.
But man, reading this, I felt the same way. I got angry. I got upset, you know, and it just sucks because it's like this is going on during quarantine. You know what I mean? Like I wish, you know, this would have happened when we were at shows and when wrestling was a thing. Oop.
Somebody, yeah. All right. Maybe let's switch up the topic before the Incredible Hulk over here decides to destroy something else. Also, that's a nice table you got looking right there.
I built it myself. Thank you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
Bro.
One thing that we found out as right before we went on the air, or right before we started taping this,
which will definitely change the mood, because at least it did for me. Because right before we're recording, I'm looking at my notes. We're going over some things. You're eating your little food. I got my rice and my tuna. I get a message. Baseball's back, baby. Yo, bro, I am so freaking excited. I can't even hide it, bro. I've been waiting for baseball. I've been watching old Mets games from like 1986. I've been watching old Yankees games from like 2000. I've been watching old Knicks games that has nothing to do because they're not coming back. But I just have to throw out there that I'm a Knicks fan because, you know, I don't know why I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a fucking idiot. Anyway,
but that's
baseball
not
season is back. Positive. The Mets are coming back.
So what are the details on that? What's the story there? How many games we playing this season?
So it's looking like 60 games. And if everything goes well, we can start like training camps or like spring training camps, whatever you call it, in July 1st.
That's around the corner, man.
Yeah.
That's around the corner, 8-9 days away.
They're like, all right, fuck it. We've been chilling enough. Let's get this on the road, which I'm cool with. Because baseball is not really a game where social distancing is going to be a problem. When you really
I mean, as a fan, it is.
Yes. No, yeah. I'm talking about like
players,
if you strip out the fans, if you just leave the players, there's what, 9 positions? Nobody's ever close. When have you seen a first baseman that close to a second baseman? Like you can work your way around that, like in terms of social. That's like the social distancing game.
Yeah. And to your point, 95, like I think every baseball game is held outside, with the exception of like maybe 1 or 2 teams or whatever.
Yeah, who play in domes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But like the majority. So it's outside. You don't got to worry about social distancing. Baseball, man, it's America's pastime, my brother. It's America's pastime.
I'm hyped. I'm excited.
I just hope the greatest second baseman of all time comes out of retirement for one more season. And I'm talking about the illustrious, the powerful, the great Chuck Knobloch.
I was just thinking, I was like, second baseman, is this motherfucker making a Chuck Knobloch reference?
Let me tell you something, folks. So, between 1993 and I would say 2005, I loved baseball. I loved baseball. Baseball outside of wrestling and cartoons, baseball was like it for me. And then like, I don't know, man, at some point like the mid 2000s, I just kind of got over it.
Yeah, it's called the Yankees stopped being good. And
they weren't good in 93.
You got me. I got nothing for that. You got me.
I mean? I don't know. It's a game that struggles with when it's good, it's good. The problem is it's not always good.
Nah, you just don't got the appreciation. It's okay. It's okay. I still stand by what I said. It's because you were one of those people who didn't really like baseball. You saw the Yankees. You were like, oh, New York, that's close enough to me. I'm in New Jersey. And then you were like, bro, that's my team. You saw them win. And then that's it. You stopped watching baseball when they started losing. It's cool.
I guess.
It's cool.
Actually, I stopped watching when Chuck Knobloch kind of retired. Scott Brosius still playing? Well, speaking of things, let's change the subject on something we can actually have a conversation about.
Yeah, because I'm going to lose my gasket with you.
Speaking of no fans in the audience, on Juneteenth of all days, our illustrious president, and I say that in quotation marks.
You're wrong. He canceled it, the Juneteenth. He switched
to
the 20th. It was the day after. He ended up canceling. Which, honestly, like, I feel like he low-key does things like that, knowing damn well he's going to end up switching the days because it's going to get him, like, and obviously, like, this is, like, I feel like, not conspiracy or whatever, but, like, I feel like in his head, it's his way of, like, getting people to talk about him. Like, oh, I'm going to do this on Juneteenth. That's the holiday or whatever. And then he switched off to the 20th. And then what does he do? He tells people, oh, I made Juneteenth a pretty big holiday, no?
It's wrestling 101.
It is.
It's heel promo 101.
It is, and everything he does is wrestling. Look at it even closer. The man said for this pep rally, he was going to have millions. He said he'd have them from the rafters, brother. He said he'd have them higher than giraffe pussy, to quote Stone Cold. Shout out to Stone Cold. He said all of these things. You look at the hard cam footage, it is zoomed in, it is people all around. And then what happens? The dirt sheets pull up and be like, nah, fail. We got the real scoop. And then it shows the building. And what does the building look like, Hosby? Describe for the people, what does the building look like?
My man, the building is as empty as a warehouse on a Sunday night. Sorry, man, you put me on the spot, bro. I'm not always that good.
Is it an Amazon warehouse? Because I think they run like all week.
No, man, it's like a regular manufacturing place.
Okay. We'll work on that one.
I'll come up with something better, and then we shoot it back to me, and we'll edit it or not. Man, it was fucking, bro, it was empty, man. It was empty as a swimming pool in December. You know what I mean? Just nothing. I got it back.
Oh man, I laugh because I don't really remember ever seeing a swimming pool in December. So I was like,
because they're empty, doofus.
It probably still do got. All right. Point is,
anyway, my man said there would be at least hundreds of thousands of people there, to the point where they're gonna have a rally on the outside and then a rally on the inside. The building in Tulsa, Oklahoma, my Okies out there, if you're watching. That building holds about 19,000 people. My man barely had a fraction of that. And I saw this. This is a Vince McMahon WWE techniques. That son of a bitch. I know where he got it from.
It's wrestling, bro. It's wrestling.
He didn't say, hey, there's 62,000 fans here. He didn't say there are 62,000 attendees here. No, he said the attendance is 62,000, which means there's not 62,000. Whoa. 6,200. 6,200 people were in the building. How many of those people paid for a ticket? How many of those people worked on this man's staff? How many of those people were Secret Service? How many of those people were President Trump? Subtract that, you probably got 5,000 people in that building.
That's even more wrestling. Oh my God, because it's the whole it counts everybody. The promoters would usually count everybody in the building as opposed to the fans in a tent. Yo, that's fucking genius.
Which includes staff, which includes talent. You can't fool me, baby. You can't fool me. President Trump, if you're watching this, get back to fucking work. Why are you doing it on YouTube?
Being a lazy schlub.
But yeah, man, 6,200 fucking people in a time where everyone's dying to fucking get out the house. You know what I'm saying? Mid-June, all the way to probably mid-September. That's we out here, fam. See, that we out here season. He only got 6,200 people? Brian, I'm pretty sure I can get 6,200 people to show up to a fucking Team Espana rally. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Seems like a large number for a Team Espana rally, but I could dig it.
Go with it, bro. Just go with it.
But yeah, that's insane. And I don't even know, man. I don't even know. But yo, host B, I just got me a message from one of our good friends. One of our good friends, Prince Akanattan, who... My
man, Uncle Prince?
Yep, Uncle Prince hit us up. And it just so happens he's not doing anything. And he wanted to join us on this little Team Espana show for this episode. So what do you say?
Hell yeah, I say to that. You tell Uncle Prince he's always welcome on the Team Espana show.
All right, fam. So when we get back, we're going to be there or be here with the illustrious Uncle Prince Akanattan.
Hey.
Okay, fun.
That's all I got.
And we are back. And today's guest, let me tell you something about today's guest. Today's guest, you may know him from places such as Rescue Mania, UPWA, Ace. You can catch him at ECPW. Or maybe you know him for his commentary genius over at Forza Lucha. Maybe you know him from his literature. This man got books for days. I mean, it was quoted by someone as Amazon's worst-selling book. But
if you're one of the 5 people that bought it, God bless you. Thank you.
I was one of 5, fam. And with that being said, if you don't know him from that, you definitely know him from his YouTube content. He's got matches. He's got reactions. He's got it all. Ladies and gentlemen, today's guest on the Team Espana show, oh boy, Prince Akanattan, or as we like to call him on this show, Uncle Prince. What's going on, Uncle Prince?
Thank you, nephew. I'm so happy to be here. You know, I was worried for a second. I knew there was a Team Espana show going on, and a couple weeks are going by, and I'm like, oh, man, I hope they didn't forget about me. I hope they didn't get too big. I hope they didn't blow up. You know, I have a habit of making friends, and then those friends make more famous friends. But, you know, I'm still here, still grinding. You know, COVID is taking away our bookings. I'm losing out on tens of $20s of dollars. It's been a rough summer. So.
Uncle Prince, us, forget about you, us, big league you. No way, Jose and B. No way, man. You know, we just had to wait.
Can't big league each other. I could medium league you guys at best. That's about it.
Well, I hope you never do that to us, Uncle Prince.
No, man, no.
So, for the people at home who may not know, Prince Akanattan, let's talk about him a little bit. Who is the character of Prince Akanattan?
You know what? I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and I don't know. But no, I do know, and there's been a problem, I think, in translating this character for the last couple of years. It's actually got me thinking I might not be the Prince much longer. Or I might be other people in addition to the Prince. But really, to boil it down simply, he is Krusty the Clown. He is an embittered hack that's just kicked around the indies for years. He's tired. He's funny unintentionally. And, yeah, he's sort of that veteran talent that's just, can you keep going? And when he's a babyface, he's just a dancing machine, you know, like any good fun babyface. He's Rikishi meets Borat when he's a babyface. And when he's a heel, he's Krusty meets Honky Tonk Man, I guess.
I mean, we have known you for, oh gosh, pretty much most of our like wrestling career. You were like one of our first big time matches, or as you say, medium time matches
Thank you.
on the indie scenes. But we've known you for a long time. I've actually never, in my head, thought of that comparison of Prince and Krusty the Clown. You know what I mean? Like, but now that you say it,
Spot on.
it makes complete sense. And if you watch The Simpsons and if you know that character, you get it. You get it.
I'm happy to help you guys break into the medium time. I'm very happy, and yeah, I wish more people could kind of see that. But the big identity crisis Prince has had in the last few years is, and it happens in two different directions. They see the old pictures, or they just form this own idea, like, oh, Prince is a foreign heel. I don't really do foreign stuff anymore. I don't wear any sort of hat. I wore a keffiyeh twice my first year, and then I wore something called a nemes. I was going to do a whole YouTube video about it, but man, that was boring, talking about ethnic headgear for 15 minutes. But basically, people are like, oh, you're a sheik. That's an old school gimmick. I don't want that on my show. Or reverse, they're like, oh, yeah, man, I need a terrorist gimmick. I'm like, I don't do no terrorist gimmick. So that's sort of the problem with Prince right now. It's like, I'm a man without a country. The old places want something else, and the new places typically don't want me at all. But, you know.
That's my bad, Hoseby. I'm going to use my A card if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
You've been A'd. Anyway, so Uncle Prince, what I wanted to ask you was about the character, though, because I think you're like, the way you portray the character and your charisma is something that's like top notch. Like a lot of wrestlers, you go to wrestling shows and you think of like the stereotypical like tackle, drop down, leapfrog guy, but you're like so much more. And like, what goes into that fun? What goes into your mindset when going into a match? Because we've had a blast with you on several occasions.
Thank you. You guys have always been my favorite guys to work with. You're the quintessential opponents for Prince and Property. Like, and you guys have held titles too. I'm sure you realize when you hold a title, you kind of defend it against the same guys. Like, if I think of a Prince and Property title defense, you guys are immediately the ones that come to mind. But it came from like a couple places. It came from my own like lack of athleticism to a certain extent. I'm not going to be super blow up spot guy. I'm not going to be moonsault, duck one, another moonsault. But it's also just being different. Even, I can do simple stuff like tackle, drop down, leapfrog, blah, blah, blah. Believe it or not, I can do a leapfrog sometimes. But they're already going to see that. And I try to just do things that are going to be different. And even simple things I try to do different. I do my hip tosses a little bit different. I do my slams a little bit different. I just try to put my own little flavor on it because people remember moments. They don't remember matches, and I don't think they even really remember moves. Maybe sometimes, but I just try to stand out as best I can and give them something different. And I think that just takes time. I mean, when you first get into this, I want to do this, and I want to do that, and I want to do it. Me, and it's a natural thing. But as time goes on, you learn to look from a bigger picture. And I've been lucky enough to have experiences as a booker, as an agent, as a commentator, and those are things that make you look at the whole show, not just your part of the show, but everything. So if everybody does a roll-up finish, well, yeah, let's do something different. So that's kind of really what I try to do with my work, and especially with bigger shows, I try to get one. Not necessarily an intricate spot, but a funny spot in there, or like something creative. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. So always be trying.
No, definitely. One of my favorite spots that you actually came up with was something that we did together. So when you wear your gear, you kind of wear a singlet that has just one strap on it.
Yep.
I remember you pitched the idea to me, and it was like, how would you feel if during the heat, like at some point, you wrapped it around me to choke me with it? And then as I was fighting back, I kept like falling back into you or as you were hitting me, I was headbutting you because we were soccer players at the time. So yes. I kept bouncing off and headbutting you. And I just thought that was so genius and hilarious because you're using like your props and you're using your character. Most people don't think about things like that.
That was that's my favorite spot. And my gear was everything came together. The gear didn't fit in the perfect way. And I guess I lost weight in the right part of my body at the right time. I ran that spot into the ground for like a year and a half. But then when I got my new gear, it was too tight. I got like the blue singlet and like I kind of tried to do it. It wasn't the same. The black singlet had all this give in the strap that the full version of the spot that I would run into the ground was choke, guy gets up, I go to punch him, and then I pull him in. Punch him, pull him in. And then you block, headbutt, and then I'm pulling myself in.
Yes.
And then I finally take a bump, you fall on top of me. 1-2, kick out, but you're still attached, you come back down. 1-2, kick out, still attached, you come back down. So and then we finally break it off with a knee or something like that. I remember I was in a 6-man with Buff Bagwell, and he was just wheezing on the from laughter. He was just on the apron. He's like, "Oh, that's the best spot I ever saw in my life. If I was on TV, I'd steal that in a second." Oh shit, that hurt my throat.
Oh, but to your credit, like you do these. I don't want to say simple spots because it makes it sound demeaning. Because they're not simple, right? That is an intricate spot. Like that is timing. That is chemistry. That's magic. To get that done. And I remember standing on I remember being, we were a tag team, so we were all in the same match. But I remember hearing that spot called, and I just remember like, well, I'm not involved, but I wonder how they're gonna pull that off. And then watching it from the apron and be like, oh my God, that is the great. And you have to cover your mouth so the fans don't see you laughing. You know what I mean? Just like, oh my God, that's great.
That's the best compliment I get when I see that.
Just totally breaking character. It's great.
The first guy I did that spot with though was CJ over at Warriors. Jose Salvador. Sorry. Kayfabe. And it was at one of those tapings, and that got such a pop from the boys because there's no fans there. It's just the boys around the ring. So when I did it, I'm like, I got something here. I got something. And then I think one of the last people I did it with, and I think it's because I didn't have the right gear. I did it at the first Rescue Mania show, and that was going to be right before the go-home of a 6-man. It was me and Glitz and Glamour against Gunner Trash, Tito, and Guido Nunzio. Oh, wow. And, so cool match on paper. Biggest show I've wrestled in front of, and by a lot, And a lot of people are watching me, and that spot fell flat for, like, the first time ever. Because I can hear on the apron one of the Glitz and Glamour guys was like, that was it? That was the spot? What the fuck? That was the spot? And I'm like, oh, shit.
Trust me, it's better. It's better in different gear, I swear. This normally doesn't happen.
And one of my off-kilter nicknames in wrestling has been the cautionary tale, where, I'll do things wrong so the next guy doesn't have to. So for anybody who uses me as a cautionary tale, if you have an intricate spot like that, whether it's exceptionally athletic or just hard to explain, get clips. That was the first spot I had like a clip of on my phone to be like, this is what I want to do. What you think? After, you guys had the hard version, or EJ, you had the hard version where I had to explain it to you in the back and actually do it. But yeah, something different. And thank you. It's an intricate spot, but like, it's not necessarily hard on the body. I'd like to do this for as long as I can, so I try to make it easy on all of us, hopefully.
And that is the perfect mindset to have, of just, hey, let's put on an entertaining show. Let's do these like crazy intricate spots, but let's take it easy on the body. Let's not kill ourselves. We're not making commas. You know what I mean? Like, we're not contracted TV stars. We're local independent wrestlers. And so I think people tend to forget that, especially some of the wrestlers in the business. You mentioned something earlier that I kind of want to not circle back to, but it was like this weird in the middle that you find yourself, where you're not exactly that old school stereotype, but you're not exactly that new school gymnast, for the lack of a better term.
Sure.
But I think because of that, it kind of forces you to because I find myself in that same boat, where like it forces me, okay, how can I be creative where I'm not killing myself and where I'm not doing this? And as a wrestler, I akin wrestling to art. It's all art. We're creating something from nothing.
Oh, yeah.
And you're one of the most entertaining people I know. And you, sir, are an author.
Yep. Attempted. Well, I'm successful. I mean, it's published.
Oh, I just said author. I'm kidding. But no, man, it's, you sold some copies and stuff. It's online. Pro wrestling is real. Love is fake, I think, is one of them.
Yep.
So what was the transition? What point were you like, you know what, I'm going to do this and, I'm going to see what happens?
Yeah, it was just something different. I mean, it was really, because I've always written, like, just in life. I'm actually working on another project right now, but I don't have I wanted to get some shit done just to pitch it on your podcast and give you the scoop, but it's not where it needs to be for me to really make a big reveal yet. Maybe I'll come back when it's ready. But as far as the poetry goes, some of those poems were old. They even go back to high school. And I don't know. I figured like the content was mostly there. Let me pad this out with some stories and some illustrations. Put it out there and see if anybody's interested. It's more merch for the Gimmick table, although it didn't really work that way either. Just to see. I mean, that kid that I'm a worst-selling author, that first year that it came out, sold a couple of copies. Then everybody's like, oh, well, I'll buy it when it comes out in print. Now, in the actual hardcover version, well, there's not hardcover, it's paperback. So far, I've sold 2, ever, in 3 years.
More than one.
Plenty of
More than
ebooks.
one.
Exactly. You know, I have 2 parents, so.
Oh man, that took me a minute to process. I'm sitting there like,
I was worried for a second.
the problem is, see, everybody thinks like when they think of Team Espana, for some reason they think I'm the smart one of the two.
Hey,
no offense, Javi. They see you and they just, you just look stupid. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm just a love machine.
But then in actuality, it's the complete opposite. Like the doof over there in the Zubas is actually a genius, and I'm just. I don't know.
Wait, Javi's not the handsome one, and you're the handsome one, EJ?
Yeah, of course. Look at this beard. Look at this beard.
You know that commercial with Jason Momoa where he gets home and he takes off like the wig and he takes off all his muscles and stuff? That's Team Espana. Yeah, that's Team Espana.
That's another Simpsons reference. The Simpsons reference I actually almost stole for a Prince and Property promo. The first one, where it's like, wait, you're my tag partner? And then I look at my hand and it says Bradley equals white, Kenny Bangle equals black. And I'm like, shit. But we cut it out.
Carl White. Lenny White, Carl Black.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one.
Yeah. Oh, man. Those are my favorite things. You have one of... I keep mentioning your entertaining, mentioning your creative, your YouTube account is one of the things that if I need to escape from job stuff, you know what I mean? Like real world, man, if I could quit this and work the territories like it was 1978, I would, but I can't because it's 2020 and there are no territories. So whenever I need that escape, I'll kind of just search you up and just get a laugh or get some entertainment value out of something.
Thanks,
what goes into making your videos? What goes into making your reactions?
I've kind of put. I'm just starting to try and dust off YouTube videos again. As far as the long form stuff, I've always done promos. You can see the green screens actually behind me. And it's a 2-part question. So the promos are simply. We live in an age, and again, it's a way to stand out. I don't think people are going to book me because of my amazing body. I look like a late career Lou Albano. And that's really not all that marketable. But I can talk, and I've always felt like I could talk. But the first time I knew I could talk was my first time at Ace. They put me in a tag team. Again, they didn't really, although this was a few years ago, so I'll give them slack on it. They thought I was another anti-American gimmick, so they put me in an anti-American stable. And they had us cut a promo before the match. My partner couldn't talk. My manager, for some reason, couldn't talk. How are you a manager? You can't cut a promo. But and then I blew them away. And they're like, oh, this guy's being wasted in this tag team. So from then on, I knew, okay, I'm good at this at least. So it's just another way to market yourself. Plus, if somebody's nice enough to book you for their show, again, this is Uncle Prince Wisdom here, help them out. You want to wrestle in front of a crowd, right? So maybe you can't directly sell tickets, nor should you be tied to that. There's a whole nother mess I don't like to get involved in. Mm. But I can indirectly sell tickets by putting my promo on there. Hey, this funny Prince guy or this scary other guy or whatever your gimmick is, get it over on social media. Make it brief, make it less than a minute because people don't have patience. And not only that, Instagram has a one minute limit still. Yeah, man, get yourself out there. Now, as far as YouTube, this was something I thought I would toy around with more. I feel like things weren't really well received. Not like anybody hated it, just more more like nothing really came of it. I did a cooking video. I did one movie review, although I might do more movie reviews. Since we've been locked down, I've been watching 3-4 movies a day, and some need to be brought to light. Whether they're good or whether they're bad, it's something to do. And other than that, I try to find a premise. If the jokes are what sell it. Like if I I just posted the promo today about
The PSA?
And I had a gag in mind, like I'm putting hand sanitizer on my hands compulsively. And I'm like, the hand sanitizer bottle looks a lot like the lube bottle. Why would I make it so boom, that's the first joke. And then it's like, well, let me put on my mask, and like, I'm not going to have a regular Prince mask. Although, that was another thing too. I had Prince masks made, face masks.
Nice.
Just to be safe. And Dan Ram is like, hey, I'm making these. Do you want to sell them? I'm like, no, I don't want to sell them. Then my sister, who's a nurse, is like, well, you don't have to sell them. You can donate them. That'd be a good thing to do. I'm like, okay, great. So I got them done, and I'm like, free masks. It's icky to make money off these. I just want you guys to be okay. So anybody who needs one, just message me. I'll mail it out to you. How do you think I feel having merch that costs $0 and saves lives, and people still don't want it? Like, it's hard to come back from that one.
Well, when we get off the air, I could tell you a place where you could definitely send them masks, because I will take a few if you still got them, sir.
Okay, you got it, bro. You got it.
And also on Twitter, that video you were speaking, I think it's the one you were talking about, your PSA, where you're talking about like everything to do. I thought it was hilarious, and even your caption on Twitter was like, Prince succumbs to the algorithm. It's just like jokes.
Yes, PSA.
Like they write themselves.
Oh man.
But Prince, we can sit here and we can talk with you forever.
I can talk to you guys forever. This is a great podcast. You guys really know how to make me feel good. Not like some of these other podcasts. Lately, I've been doing. I've been very careful to not do podcasts from Grimm's Toy Show fans. They're very nice people. Most of them are like kids, so I don't want to like attack kids, which a lot of people are getting in trouble for that. But it becomes a whole thing unto itself, because these podcasts, like, they do them on Instagram Live and like 6 people are watching, and it's just like, who does this help? But I did one in a very rounded way, and this is just a random story that you didn't ask for. I apologize. Magic, the great Magic, called me up just to see how I'm doing, and you guys know Magic. He talks in that happy yelling voice, like, "Oh, hey, brother, how you doing? Good to see you, man. You holding up okay?" And that one didn't hurt my throat as much. That's good. So he tells me about somebody running shows down the shore when everything pops back up. He's like, yeah, message this lady. So I message her. I'll tell you off the air. So I message her, and she does a total roundabout way. She's like, can you do this kid's podcast? And a literal kid, like a 10-year-old kid, who would message me all the time, and eventually I muted him. Didn't block him because he's a fan and he's just a kid. But I muted him for sure. And it was the same kid who was hitting me up the whole time. And nice enough kid, but he's asking me, like, what was your favorite match at Grimm's? I've had 600 matches. 3 of them were at Grimm's. The Rumble, I guess, that was fun. But it's not like I dislike Grimm's. It's just, it's another day at the office for me, I guess. And I didn't want to crap on any of the kids at Grimm's who weren't trained, because, that's not what they're there for. It's something else entirely. But yeah, and I think I'm doing another Grimm Kid podcast sometime this week. It was somebody's friend of a friend of a friend. So thank you. It's nice to talk to other workers and adults and people who just know how to make me feel good.
Well, he's the adult. I'm the worker, and I know how to make people feel good. So I'm gonna take.
You both make me feel good. Oh, I'm gonna take off my shirt next. Let's go.
Yeah.
But
man.
All jokes aside, Uncle Prince, what we wanted to get to was, you mentioned 600 matches, and we're gonna get to one of those matches next.
Nice.
So the match you sent us was, tell us a little bit about it. It was a match with you and Stan Styles?
Yeah. Well, you're my gimmick nephews. You're among my gimmick nephews. And Stan Styles is one of the great gimmick guys in the indies as well, especially in this area. It was my first and so far only match for Triple WA, Dino Stana, which was sort of like I guess bucket list is the right word. I definitely wanted to work there at least once, because they've been around forever. So many of the guys that broke me in and like trained me and influenced me, they've worked there. And it was fun, and I'll go back at some point. I haven't been back since, but but I'm not against it. So it was good because I wasn't even like booked right away. They wanted Allie Rex, and she needed a ride. This is how I get a lot of bookings as a wheelman. But it was part of the deal, though. Like, I knew this. Yeah, whatever. I mean, I'm not too proud. And it was fun. And they knew I was coming, and I was on the poster and everything. So it wasn't like it wasn't a beg job, But and I drew a really high card that night because they're, and again, I don't want to crap on anybody at different stages in their career, different training, whatever. But I already knew Stan, and I already liked Stan. And to have a match with him, and they had me as a babyface right out the chute, which is fine. I love being a babyface, but normally I need to turn babyface in a lot of the places I work. But I wasn't against it, so we did. It was Gimmick Deluxe.
Nice.
All my gimmick spots.
I think that's gonna be the name of this episode: Gimmick Deluxe.
Gimmick Deluxe. Yes. Yes, that is hashtag Gimmick Deluxe. Yes, I love it. And with that being said, let's get to the match.
Okay.
All right, folks, and here it goes. That match we promised. Here is Prince Akhenaten and Stan Styles, Triple WA.
The Worldwide Wrestling Alliance.
So,
man, Stan Styles looking jacked.
So why did you want to work the Triple WA so bad, Prince?
I mean, it wasn't a burning desire. I wasn't stalking Dino Santa for bookings. But still, I was happy to work there just because they'd been around so long, because so many people that had, helped me out in the business, veteran guys like Kodiak Bear and Gino Caruso, they had worked there over the years, Tom Brandy. So I just wanted to kind of get that experience in there. And, not only that, like, it was fun to go to that flea market that it's connected to. I wouldn't mind going there again.
Oh, yeah, the flea market it's connected to is dope. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Why are you walling like that?
Well, because this is early babyface Prince, too. Like, and the babyfaces I patterned myself after, were mid-card fun babyfaces, like the Bushwhackers. So I felt like the strut was kind of important. Stan's the best.
4 or 5 minutes have gone by, not one bump. This is why I love you.
Exactly.
Oh man.
I kind of was hoping the ref would get a little more in there, though. But yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Triple WA.
I also remember I rode with Allie Rex, and Allie and I became really close. I think of Allie Rex as like my little sister, and it was because of the ride to this show together. We shared a lot. She was going through some stuff, I was going through some stuff. So, even though we don't live in the same state anymore, I'm always happy to call her a friend.
Those are always the best when you're like riding the shows with people and they end up becoming like your second family. You know what I mean? That's one of the good things about wrestling is, you meet people at shows and they're all great. Yeah. But like, Triple WA, depending on where in Jersey you're driving from, that's a couple-hour drive.
Yeah, it was about 2.
Yeah. So it's like,
oh my God, he's doing the spot.
Oh, yeah. Too early, I think. Now looking back on it, I'm like, too early for this spot. But I'm blowing my load real early. I put the hook in the mouth before. We talked over that one, but
My bad, Hosby. He started doing the spot and I lost it. I feel like I just violated you. I apologize.
Oh my God.
There it is.
In my head, for some reason, I feel like after you do like that last hit, you need to hear like a bonk noise, like in the cartoons.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish maybe I should. I got the time. I should like edit my matches to have cartoon sound effects.
That man is on. Oh my God, he's on your foot, and you got the hook there. Oh man, that's great. That's classic stuff, man.
After that spot, I should have just turned to the crowd and be like, "That's it. That's all I know how to do."
Oh man.
And and Stan is like, I don't know if he still is, but he was definitely one of the top guys over there. So, he's also very giving, and Stan gets it. He likes to put on entertaining matches that are also easy on the body. So, he's very much like a counterpart for me, and I always love sharing a locker room with him, working with him. Sometimes I think, oh man, that's the kind of gimmick I would be if I was in shape. But what are you gonna do?
Prince Styles.
Prince Styles, exactly.
Man. Nah, but we've worked triple WA, as we like to call it, several times, and like the fans are really like you look like people at home, people on YouTube watching this, going like, oh, like there's compared to Raw, SmackDown, AEW, whatever, there's not a lot of people there. But as an indie wrestler, those fans are invested, and they're giving you reactions that you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I would much rather, depending on the payday, work with a crowd like that. Who cares? You know what I mean? Whether it's 100 or 200 or whatever, or 50. Like, as long as they care, we can make them care. That's to me is the beauty of independent wrestling.
Yeah. Well, and it's like it's genres. We all do our genres. We're trained in genres, and there's like different styles we're good at, and different things we're good at. And we're not gonna, things aren't gonna play anywhere. Even on my best day, there is no reason for PWG to ever book me. That's just not what I do. And that doesn't make me bad. It doesn't make them bad. They're a lot more profitable, but still, it's just a difference in genres. Like I don't run in a lot of smart marquee circles, and for various reasons. Some of it's also just because I'm old. That's a fair assessment too. If you don't want to book someone who's 35, that's okay. I get it. But I like working these small crowds of kids and families that are just there for a good time. In fact, one of my retirement matches, or it was supposed to be a retirement match, was ruined by a bunch of smart fans. It was a CTW show. I was in a 6-way, and this guy just kept shitting on us. It was like me, Dick Justice, Billy Avery. So Gimmicks Deluxe, basically.
Yeah.
And after that, like I was so pissed at the guy. I'm like, I can't let that be my last one. So in a way, he saved me from retirement for a couple months. But
I'm glad because I don't want to see you go nowhere. This comeback has been hot, boy.
Boom.
I should have put down the strap like Lawler, though. Like that's the one regret I got. But I actually forgot I used to do that little backbreaker thing.
Your Hulk up alone was amazing.
That's the one thing I think over the course of the episodes that we've done.
Some lag here.
And watching the video, it's very much like you kind of forget what you used to do, if that makes sense. Because you're always looking for new things.
No, that totally makes sense.
So it's like you see, like you just said, oh, I forgot I used to do that. Now that's in your back pocket already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's another move to your repertoire. Yeah. Boom! Is that it? Oh, this is fixed.
I believe he calls it the facial.
Oh man. Well, that was a hell of a match. And honestly, as a wrestler, I liked it because, like, it was you could follow it. It was easily digestible. You guys didn't do crazy stuff, and now look, here's this crazy thing right now.
Speaking of digestible,
Yeah, I'm sure you weren't complaining about that.
Exactly. No, that was my payoff. So.
That's a pretty delicious way to be disrespected. Not for nothing.
Yeah, I really didn't have a problem with it at all.
Oh man, Worldwide Wrestling Alliance over in Pennsylvania. Great indie promotion. They've been around for generations at this point.
We should go back, the three of us. We should take a trip together.
Oh, that's on my bucket list before you go, like to do a road trip, go to a booking with, you know what I mean, with Uncle Prince.
I'm in no rush to go now. Like at one point, I was thinking about hanging it up, but I'm I'm going to hang around as long as anybody wants me to be around, and I have no immediate plans to stop wrestling. And even when I stop taking bumps, I'm going to commentate. I like agenting for the handful of feds that see the value in having a road agent. I'm always down for that. And I haven't been a commissioner anywhere. I feel like I'd be a pretty cool authority figure type of gimmick. But, I'm always down. I'm always down to help people and help the business, help promotions in any way I can. Not like I'm a huge star, but, whatever I can provide.
There's one thing we didn't get a chance to talk about, and that's your commentary. Independent wrestling is not known for commentating, but, I mean, I have been on shows with you while you were a commentator. I've had the privilege of sitting next to you and calling a match with you. And just going on that wild ride. Like, dude, you are just boom, 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 one right after the other, man. But while at the same time, it's not about Prince, it's about the match.
Oh,
and
never.
Prince
No, it should never be about
his own way to the match, which I always appreciated.
Yeah. It's psychology, because I have to use whatever psychology I have as a worker to get someone else's psychology over. Or at least that's what I try to do. And I had a good streak going. I did a commentary for Forza Lucha, Dropkick Depression, CTW, which was Synergy before it became Synergy. And I became the announcer for the fun shows, those wacky kind of shows like that. And I guess it kind of trailed off a little bit. I am, and this you guys get the scoop. It'll probably be on Instagram before this episode drops, but still, you're the first people I'm telling. I'm volunteering to overdub commentary without getting into details. You guys know what I'm talking about. But if there's any companies out there that need to overdub a previous commentator they had who may have been canceled, I'm around. I'll do it for free. I got nothing else going on. And I'm always looking for more commentary bookings. It's fun. I've enjoyed myself. And again, it's a good way to see the show. It's cheaper than buying a ticket. So, it's also fun just seeing the guys and telling whatever stories I can.
That's the best part of wrestling.
Yeah.
So with that said, where can these promotions and where can our fans at home on, all 69 of you?
Hey, nice.
Where can our subscribers, where can our fans, where can the people who bootleg this show get you online? What on your socials?
The best way is Instagram, or Princeagram, as it were, at Prince Akanattan, which is PrinceAkkanatan. Or you know what? Just type Prince AKK and I'll show up. That's about it. So Instagram's number 1, Twitter's number 2. I don't really do Facebook. I'm on there, but don't expect anything. And YouTube, of course. Like I said, I always toy around with the idea of new videos, and they kind of drop unexpectedly. I'm putting up a lot more matches, not for any particular reason. I just recently put up a match with me and Rick Recon, which I thought was pretty cool. I didn't even know there was footage of it till not that long ago. Because in quarantine, I'm actually hitting up promoters hey, is there any pictures or footage? Another cautionary tale moment. Try and get pictures and footage. Don't be too proud. It's not marking out for yourself. One day you're going to be glad that you have the footage or the pictures or whatever. Who cares if you're marking out for yourself? If you don't, who else will? So.
Words to live by, my man. Words to live by. Uncle Prince, we could talk until the cows came home and the sun came up. But I know you're a busy man. You got a lot of these. I'm telling you, we're going to drop this episode. The DMs are going to be going like this, bro.
All right.
Well, maybe just that. Maybe just that one.
I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Oh, man. But it was a pleasure having you on. I know I rarely speak for all of Team Espana, but Jose and Jose B definitely see you as our uncle, as someone that we have great entertaining matches with, and is always, always, always a pleasure to be around. Every time. My favorite thing is going to a show and bumping into people you had no idea were going to be there. Mm-hmm. And you are one of them, especially. There was I can't remember the promotion. This was one time in the summer a couple years ago. You just happened to be there. I was like, oh, my God, I didn't even know you were on this show. That's fucking great.
Well, I'm a last minute guy sometimes, especially when it comes to commentary. Like, I'm so rarely booked in advance for that. I'm like a last minute addition.
I
The
feel like
Afterthought. Hey, that's a new nickname. The Afterthought, Prince Akhenaten.
Oh man. So Jose, any final words for our guest?
Uncle Prince, straight up, we love you, fam.
Aw, love you guys too.
And with that, this Gimmick Deluxe
Hold a
episode.
minute. Hold a
Espana
minute.
show.
Hold a minute. Hold a
Oh,
minute.
oh,
I got one more gimmick. I got a deluxe out real quick. 1-800-555-JOSA. That's 1-800-JO. Oh my goodness. 1-800-555-JOSA. You may continue ending the show, sir.
Olivia Benson.
I'm gonna dial that.
Olivia Benson, your boy is waiting. With that said, Prince, we love you. Jose, is always a pleasure. This is Hose B signing off. This has been an A and B conversation, and we will see you next week. Peace out, folks.
Bye.